Hello and welcome to day one. We are so excited as this Under-23 European Championships 2026 gets going here in Wroclaw, here in Poland. Now, it's some 3 years since I was here last time for the European Games, and we're all delighted to be back at this fabulous shooting range, not only for these indoor events, but also when we head outdoor for the shotgun finals as well. Here's our schedule then for day one. 2 o'clock local time for the 10-metre air rifle men's Under-23, and then we'll move on to the women's competition at 4 o'clock later today. And then we have a mixed team pistol final for you as well. So if you're a fan of rifle, 10 metres, don't go anywhere at all. All the live coverage of both finals coming up for you. And then that mixed team pistol later today to close out day one. Now, if you'd like to see the entire schedule and everything that's happening here in Wroclaw in Poland, then just go to the website of the European Shooting Confederation and all of the information that you need will be there for you. So this is the final of the 10-metre air rifle men's Under-23s. Great time in a shooter's career. They come out of the junior years into the senior rankings, and there are quite a few athletes who tend to leave the sport sometimes between those couple of years of 21 to 23, and a competition like this allows you then to shoot against Europe's best. So 10 metres is the distance. Just a reminder of the event details. The 10 ring hasn't changed since I last looked. It's still 0.5 millimetres wide. 10.9 is the highest individual score, and if you were to shoot that, then from 10 metres it's the equivalent of hitting the head of a pin. I know, sounds impossible, but you'll see these athletes doing it here in front of you. If you'd like to follow us on social media, there's some QR codes. Just point your device camera in the direction of the QR codes, and then you can pick up the social media feeds from there. Thanks to those of you joining in on the YouTube live chat as well. We'll get through as many comments as we can. Lots of support already for Galip of Turkey. Nice to see. Always good to spread the love of the world of shooting and let us know where you're watching from around the world. So let's have a look back at qualification earlier today. Well, a great look behind the scenes earlier at qualification and some of what went on in the qualification hall. Now let's have a look at the all-important results, because here what matters. Victor Lindgren, no real surprise to me to see him kind of out on his own, 634.6. He's a former world champion at this event. He is the Olympic silver medalist across 10 metres and also has an absolute plethora and wealth of experience. Now, speaking of which, the remainder of the lineup, be of no doubt, there's some quality athletes for the rest of the field who make up these 8 athletes who are going to come out here in front of us now. Jesper Hansen coming towards the end of his junior days, but of course in a competition like this, in the under-23s, there's a little bit more room. So here we go with the introductions. You're just in time. First to arrive, Victor Lindgren of Sweden.
Victor is the eldest of the bunch on the field of play. He also already has a silver medal from the Olympic Games in Paris 2024 for 10-meter air rifle. Another round of applause for Victor! On firing point G, representing Cyprus, is Achilleas Sophocleos.
There's a talented 18-year-old from Greece.
He is accompanied by his coach, Mrs. Irene Pantelli. And Achilles, at 18 years old, already holds 1 silver medal from ISSF World Junior Cup. On firing point F, representing Ukraine is Kirilo Buhaitsev.
Well, Kirilo Buhaitsev, certainly no stranger to finals, and when it comes to team events as well.
Kirilo is accompanied by his coach, Mr. Ihor Viniarchuk. Also earlier this year in Burgas in Under-18 European Championship, Kirilo won his first medal, and it's a bronze medal. He is now fishing for another one.
Well, next to arrive will be Toma Tadic of Croatia.
On firing point E, representing Croatia is Toma Tadic.
Well, he's competed across World Cups and Grand Prix. He knows his way around the European and international
Toma
stage.
is accompanied by his coach, Mr. Ivan Petricevic. And in Burgas this year, Toma won silver medal in team placement, so he is now here preparing to win another medal, hopefully. On firing point D, representing Greece, is Angelos Stylianos Sarantakis.
Well, Sarantakis is next, outside the world's 100, ranked world number 132.
Angelos is accompanied by his coach, Mr. Christos Katsikis.
But let's see if he can take a medal today.
And as one of the young athletes on the field of play, he is on the hunt for his first European Championship medal. On firing point C, representing Slovakia is Lukáš Horinek.
Well, Lukas has competed across World Cups and European Championships before. Let's see how he does today.
Lukáš is accompanied by his coach, Mr. Michal Slavkovsky. And Lukáš is also on the hunt for his first European Championship medal, so let's give him one more round of applause. On firing point B, representing Sweden is Jesper Johansson.
Well, Jesper Johansson, a real talent across prone events. And let's see how he does today across standing 10 metres.
Jesper is accompanied by his coach, Mr. Frans Rasmussen. And Jesper holds already 4 bronze medals from European Championship, also a gold and silver medal from ISSF Junior World Cup in Seoul 2025. And last but not least, on firing point A, representing Turkey is Galip Berat Afal.
And last athlete to arrive, very popular athlete, Galip Afal from Turkey.
Galip is accompanied by his coach, Mr. Murat Orgun. And another big round of applause for him. This is his second final event on a big stage and another opportunity to win his first medal. Jury member in charge of this event is Mr. Petar Plavčić from Croatia. Accompanied by second jury member, Mr. Georgios Papapanagiotou from Greece. And the chief range officer for this event is Mrs. Violeta Kotynia from Poland.
Take your positions.
Well, the athletes have been told to take their positions, and I hope you've taken yours. Just going through the YouTube live chat at the moment, I think family members of support. Lydia, are you the mother or related to Achilles through some connection, I'm pretty sure. Thanks to Bekir, 2454, who's here to support Turkey. Also to Leof Red 11, hello to you. We've also got Mourinho 416. Thanks very much for coming along. Thanks to Emir E3Y as well. Lots of support for Turkey here on the YouTube live chat. And Akon Met 21, who's saying 10.9s. Well, yeah, we certainly want some of those. Hello to Isabel Johansson, must be related to Jesper somehow. Do say, if you are related to one of the athletes, do let us know here on the live chat. It's always good to see family members along. And Antigonias, 1594. Let's go Cyprus. Indeed, let's see. Hello also to Yusuf Karabin, who's joined us as well. And just scanning through some of the other comments. Hello to Parison as well. Let's go Greece, with lots of Greek flags on the emojis. Hello to Kostas Fontopoulos, who's here for Cyprus. And thanks very much to the rest of you who are coming along on the YouTube live chat, joining us live. So let's have a closer look at some of the rifles, the parts, and their functions. Well, very dramatic, weren't they, those animation videos? But I think it gives you a great insight into what the athletes are actually trying to achieve. Well, our qualification results from Galip Afal, which is on your screen right now. Lots of support for him on the YouTube live chat. Do keep your comments coming. Let us know where you're watching from around the world. And also why you love shooting. And thanks very much again for coming along. If you're watching on Facebook, then thank you very much for joining us. Do like the video. And also you can share it with your friends on your own social media platforms. Well, just going through some of the athletes and their coaches, I'll recap over some of their achievements as well as we go on through our broadcast here on day one of this under-23 European Shooting Championships for rifle, pistol and shotgun. Well, we've discovered now that Lydia isn't indeed actually a mum at all of Achilles. She's actually his sister. So thanks very much, Lydia, for coming along to support your brother. It's always nice to see when family members come along. It's quite a family sport, isn't it, shooting? It's often how we all get involved and how we all get to love the sport here in front of us. Well, in terms of competition, we've got events happening right the way through till next Tuesday. The trap mixed team will be the final event next Tuesday, but pretty much we're packed with events between now and then. So do join us every single day of this competition for live coverage of all the finals here in Wroclaw in Poland. So that's the end of the preparation and sighting time. There's a little bit of humidity in the finals hall, not too much. Not as bad as it was, I remember, last time for the European Games in 2023. That was really hot. It was slightly earlier in the year as well. It's a bit surprising because I'm pretty sure we were here back in May in 2023, whereas this time just into the start of August. So the coaches, studious and quiet, only non-verbal coaching allowed, so signalling only. They certainly don't want to pick up any yellow cards or warnings for any verbal coaching going on. Well, lots of support for Sweden, Greece, Turkey. They're dominating the YouTube live chat, I can see.
For the first competition series, load.
So here we go with the first series of 5 shots. 4 minutes 10 is the shot clock.
Start.
And the start command has been given. So the athletes are now able to load. Balance, precision, breathing, so important in any shooting competition really, but particularly when it comes to rifle. Yes, the suits are there to help with the stability, but at the end of the day, you've got to have some ability as well. No good having stability with no ability. You need both. Well, 10.9 from Salantakis on the first shot. Wow. What a great start. I told you we had some of Europe's best, and that goes to prove it. Lindgren, the former world champion, opening up with a 10.5. Johansson, also from Sweden, with a 10.7. So over the next 3 minutes, the athletes will try and get their totals up to around 52 if they can make it. That's certainly the kind of standard they'll be looking at for this final. Anything closer to 53 or even over 53, and you really would expect to be leading. So the athlete's breath control, so important. Everything that they're doing, the pre-shot routine, having the mental discipline to go into that pre-shot routine every single time is where the real challenge lies. Because yes, it just looks like people standing firing at a target, but there's so much going on, mind, body and soul. It all needs to come together in almost one perfect triangle tip in order for you to make the highest shot you can. Well, nice to see we've got a truly international audience. I can see viewers joining from the Philippines. And thanks very much to Benny Malay, not only for your kind words, but also tuning in all the way from the Philippines. What's the time there? It must be deep into the afternoon. I'm just back from Hangzhou in China myself. I got back on Wednesday, flew out to Poland on Saturday, so still adjusting to the time zone. Johansson, a 10.9. I believe that's 2, isn't it, we've had so far in this final. Bound to see more, particularly with the kind of standard we've got. So Holinek has completed his first series of 5. Afal also, and Salantakis, now Tadic. Be very unusual for the athletes to run the clock right down. There's just over 1 minute 10 left. Look at the grouping for Victor Lindgren. Almost every single shot on top of the other. Johansson as well with a great bit of grouping when you look at the shot maps. Lindgren 52.8. As I said earlier, if you get close to 53 or even over that, you would expect to lead, and it looks like that's what's going to happen here. 52.7 from Afal of Turkey. It's a great score from the 22-year-old. Galip's done really well there. So let's see how we're looking, shall we? After the first series of 5, we've got another series of 5 still to come, and the scoreboard speaks for itself. A tie for second. Johansson and Afal both together locked on 52.7. A tie for 5th as well. No real surprise to see the scoreboard that close. And Victor Lindgren has a lead. It's a small one, but it's enough. 0.1 is the difference at the top. I think we're in for an intriguing final here in Wroclaw in Poland. Now another series of 5 still to come. And again here, looking at totals, anywhere near and around 105. If you can get to 106, well, you really are doing well.
What happens then? For the next competition series, load. Start.
Well, hello to Hassan, who's just joining in on the YouTube live chat, here to support Turkey. And more support for Cyprus as well, from Mixitis. Hello also to Joan Benson, who clearly is here to support Sweden. Hello to Christos as well. Hello to Jakov Seranis. Hello to Marinos, who's here for Turkey. Keep the comments coming on the YouTube live chat. It's always nice to have you with us here as part of our broadcast. So some high scores in the high 10s already. Buhaitsev with a 10.7. Sochmileos also with a 10.7. Well, Holinek will be wanting to improve on the next shot. A 9.6. You don't want too many shots in the 9s, particularly at this kind of level, this sort of standard. So you can almost see how weighty these rifles are. They can weigh up to 5.5 kilos in an air rifle competition. The rifle stand is there. The rules state it can be no higher than your own shoulder. And you certainly need it at times, particularly after qualification. Another 10.9 from Johansson. I've always said he's a real talent. He really is. And I'm so intrigued to see how he does when he moves up to more of the senior ranks. And let's face it, even in this competition, under 23s, it just gives the likes of Victor Lindgren a chance to still compete. Because he's outside of being a junior now, Lindgren, but bosses it also on the world stage as well. You look at the 3 bronze medals he's taken from World Cups this year, Granada, Munich and Hangzhou. Well, I was there in Munich and in Hangzhou for both of those. So Buhaitsev has completed 102.2. Let's see where that lands him on the scoreboard once the other 7 complete. Then bear in mind, after 10 shots, we move to single shots and elimination starts after shot 12. Well, a nice polite round of applause from the crowd. I'm sure they'll warm themselves up as this final progresses, because this finals hall certainly has the capability of generating a lot of noise. It's quite a low ceiling. It's very similar to Munich, if you've ever been to the range in Munich. With this low ceiling and the crowd really close to the actual athletes, whereas for some of our European competitions, we've been in big arenas, and whilst every venue has its plus points, sometimes with the crowd being up close to the athletes themselves, it can just add that little bit more tension. So Jesper Johansson, smoke from the end of the barrel, and a 10.2, 105 total. Pretty good. It's going to be the lead.
That was the second series of shots
So was saying earlier in the commentary about trying to get near 105. I mean, 106 if you can make it, and Johansson has done that. That's superb shooting from the 20-year-old from Sweden. From the Junior World Championships. That was in the 50-meter prone a few years back. He has 4 European Championship medals, 2 of them in individual and 10-meter events. Otherwise, they're all across 50 meters. And Johansson, you could argue, is more of a 50-meter prone specialist rather than standing, but here he is now, the lead of 0.3. Victor Lindgren, who was leading, drops down to 3rd, but is still only 0.3 behind in 3rd place. And Savogileos of Cyprus in 2nd place on a total of 104.7. He's 0.3 behind Johansson. So Holinek, who hit that shot in the 9s, has found himself in 8th place, 101.8. There's a 0.4 gap between him and 7th, so he needs to try and close that up if he can. Individual shots now, it all turns serious. Well, certainly more serious than it was when it first started.
Stop.
Great job, audience. Currently in the 8th place and facing elimination.
Well, some scores in the higher 10s, and coming into this elimination, really, you want a 10 to be your absolute minimum. Really, if you can average around 10.3 to 10.5, it should be enough to try and see you through, with the occasional higher 10 if you can make it. I mean, obviously, if you can do 10.9s the whole way, then crack on. So change at the top. Cyprus now lead, 115.3. And there's, some narrow gaps. The 2 Swedish athletes, both in 2nd and 3rd. Well, I know a horn is a horn, but some of those just sound out of tune, don't they? Well, it sounds like there's a load of clown cars in here all beeping their horns, but it is actually the crowd, don't worry. Another 10.9 from Salantakis. Superb shooting at this particular stage of a final. But we have our first elimination, and Kirilo Buhaitsev of Ukraine, who's inserting his safety flag into his rifle at the moment. There it goes, and it must show at both ends. It must be clear and visible to the jury. And takes a wave to the crowd, and Kirilo Buhaitsev is the first to leave this final in 8th place. He's done well, though, particularly against some of the other competitors who are in qualification. He was a bronze medalist in Burgas earlier this year in the men junior. It seems like a lifetime ago away now, but we did have a great time in Bulgaria at the beginning of the year. Well, another change at the top. Sweden now in control. Leos of Cyprus slips from 1st to 3rd. Another 2 shots to determine the next two single shots for the next elimination. Salantakis, great shot, 10.7. He's currently mid-table, so he needs more of those.
Stop.
So still Lindgren now at the top. Tadic of Croatia has crept and snuck into 2nd place. Johansson now in 3rd. Sofogileos of Cyprus in 4th. Salantakis of Greece in 5th. Afal of Turkey in 6th. And Lukáš Holinek of Slovakia in 7th place with a 1.4 gap.
For the next competition shot. Low.
Well, Holinek needs a bit of a miracle here.
Start.
So can Holinek save his final? 10.2 from the Slovakian. I don't think it's going to be enough. It's not going to be. And still with a gap of 1.1, so Lukáš Hodinek of Slovakia is next to leave. 7th place in this final, which is of great respect. Not only when you consider the standard of athletes who are in this final, you just look at the qualification list and how that finished.
For the next competition shot, load.
Well, Lukáš has competed across World Cups, European Championships, competed at the Junior World Championships earlier this year as well. That was in 10 metres and 3 positions, and made the final today. A great achievement, and leaves in 7th. Lindgren of Sweden still leads with a gap of 0.1. Foul, decent shot, 10.6, looks up to the monitor. Just trying to check that it's enough.
Stop.
And at the moment, he's closed the gap to 0.4 behind Salantakis of Greece.
Currently in 6th place and facing elimination is Galip.
So Galip Afal, will he stay, will he go?
Victor Lindgren,
And this is where it gets really cruel in a final like this in shooting.
teammate, but also Thomas.
It can be a lonely place when you're out there on the finals hall range,
It's very neck and neck
wondering whether or not you're going to stay in the final
Let's see what the next
or
shot
whether or
will
not you're going to
bring.
leave.
For the next competition shot, load.
So pressure on. And this is what distinguishes the world-class athletes to the ones
Start.
who just make finals. And that's where if you've got the mental discipline to go back into your pre-shot routine, do everything that you've been doing in training, just trust that and bring it to a final. That is the challenge. Well, our foul with a 10.1. Meanwhile, Salantakis with a 9.9. He's got away with that, though, the athlete from Greece. He really has. And Arfel closed the gap to 0.2 from 0.4, but is next to leave in 6th place. Well, he competed at the World Championships in Cairo last year, also in the Junior World Championships in Lima, and has also competed at world level across World Cups and in the European Championships, and I'm sure Galip will be back in a final fairly soon. Still only 22 years old, and he had a good qualification and has left in a very respectable 6th place.
Load.
So 5 athletes left. Both the athletes from Sweden continue to lead.
Start.
Now you just see the stillness of Jesper Johansson. Just there was a slight head movement early, just a few moments ago, just trying to get into the zone.
Stop.
Johansson with a 9.7, ouch. And somehow manages to hang on to 2nd place. But he's now 1.5 behind the former world champion and Olympic silver medalist from Paris, Victor Lindgren. Lindgren with a shot in the mid to high 10s, 10.6. Salantakis, great shot as well, considering he's in 5th place. There's a tie for 3rd. Tadic
Start.
and Sophocleos, both on the same score. And now the next elimination coming up. They come thick and fast at this stage of a final. Tadic, that's decent, 10.6. Another 10.6, this time from Salantakis. So he can't close the gap, but Salantakis can move up to 4th place and save his place for the moment, anyway, in this final. Well, I did say it gets tough at this stage of a final, and Achilleos So Achilleos from Cyprus now leaves. 18 years old, a great achievement. He's competed at Junior World Championships in Seoul. That was earlier this year. And has also got a silver medal in Cairo in the men junior at the Junior World Cup. So unlucky today for Achilleos, Sophocleos from Cyprus. He has to settle for 5th place. So 4 left. Who's going to make it through to the podium and who leaves without a medal? We're going to find out over the next 2 shots.
Start.
Well, those are the final 4. 2 from Sweden, Greece and Croatia. Oh, 10.9 from Victor Lindgren. Just to stamp his authority on this final. That sends a message to the others. I want this gold medal. Well, I believe that's 5 10.9s at least that we've had in this final. All shots in the 10s. Johansson and Salantakis both with a 10.0. So Salantakis currently in 4th place, 0.6 adrift of the top 3. Can Greece creep into a podium place? Sweden and Croatia are in the podium places at the moment. We've still got this next shot to eliminate for 4th.
Start.
10.9 from Tadic, brilliant. Johansson's shot is now crucial. Salantakis has already hit a 10.4, 10.5 from the Swede. So Salantakis will be leaving this final.
Ladies and gentlemen, 4th place has been decided. Representing Greece, it goes to Angelos.
So Angelos Salantakis, 16 years old. He was the youngest in this final by some margin. Has competed at the Cairo World Championships, World Cups and across European Championships. And it's 4th place, just agonisingly close to a podium place. And a nice well done from the coach. So we're down to the final 3. Lindgren, Tadic and Johansson are the first medalists of this under-23s European Championships. So Sweden guaranteed 2 medals.
Start.
Lindgren is well in front in cruise control. Is he coasting it to a gold medal? A 10.1 from Tadic. Lindgren will probably shoot next. Johansson goes first, a 10.2 and a 10.6 from the competition leader.
Well, the lineup stays the same. Victor
So no change.
Yes, that's the lineup. After the next shot, we will have our bronze medalist. Let's see what will happen.
For the next competition shot, load.
So the first medal of this under-23 European Championships 2026 about to be decided. It's looking likely to be Johansson or Tadic. There is a 0.5 gap between Johansson of Sweden and Tadic of Croatia. A 10 from the Croatian. Well, 9.4 or lower from Johansson. But it's not going to be, it's a 10.6. So Croatia narrowly miss out on a silver medal or more. Tomo Tadic, you've got to hand it to him, really, particularly a few shots ago when he slammed in that 10.9. It really helped him get through to the medal stages. And Croatia are the first of the medalists at this under-23 European Championships. Tomo Tadic is a bronze medalist here in Wroclaw.
Will be fighting for gold medal. Victor has a significant...
Well, what an achievement from the 18-year-old. He was a silver medalist in the mixed team junior. That was in Burgas earlier this year. He's also competed at Grand Prix, World Cups. And now Tadic will be on the podium in his own right. Croatia take the first medal, and it's bronze. 3.3 is the difference. Lindgren versus Johansson. They've shot together so many times in not only international competitions, but certainly in national ones in Sweden. 2 shots left, unless we go to a shoot-off. Although that's looking unlikely with the form that Victor Lindgren is in. So Lindgren goes first, just ever so slightly this time. 10.3 against a 9.7. A 3.9 gap between the gold and silver medal position.
Does he make a mistake? I don't think so. He's too experienced for that. But
well, Isabel Johansson is loving this on the YouTube live chat. A double for the boys with the Swedish flag, she says. Hello to Salon Akikus, who's saying a perfect moment for the 10.9 from Tomo. Indeed, it was. Went on to get a bronze. But here we go, the decision for gold. .5 from Johansson. He's going to need a disastrous shot from Lindgren. He's going to have to hit something in the 6. Frans Rasmussen, well, he finds it amusing because either way, Sweden are going to walk away with 2 medals. A final score from Victor Lindgren of Sweden, the gold medalist. A total of 253.0. He finished 4.0 in front of Jesper Johansson, who's also from Sweden. So Sweden take 2 medals, gold and silver. Croatia pick up the bronze. Just get the athletes now lined up for the official announcements here in Wroclaw, both in front of you and in front of our crowd. Tomo Tadic. He's made it to the podium. Whoops and cheers go up from the Croatians. They have a bronze.
Silver medalist representing Sweden is Jesper Johansson.
And Jesper Johansson with his rifle in the air. I think he'll be happy with that, finishing behind the illustrious Victor
European
Lindgren.
champion and gold medal winner representing Sweden is Victor Lindgren.
So Lindgren, the Paris silver medalist. He's always ever so calm, Victor. He's a welder when he's not shooting. And look at that. You wouldn't think he's just taken a European Championship, would you, in a gold medal? He's such a humble, nice guy.
Once again on the podium in 10 minutes. Great job opening.
So Sweden will be hearing their
finals
national
events.
anthem later today when it comes to the medal ceremonies.
Shortly here in the final hall with the medal ceremony.
Well, Victor Lindgren finishing 2.0 off the current European and world record set by Danilo Salazzo of Italy. Now, that was in Ningbo at the ISF World Cup last year in China. And actually pretty good, actually, that a record has stood for that long because there's so many of them changing since we've had format changes in so many of the other events. But there's official confirmation from the gold medalists right the way through and down to 8th place. Croatia take the first medal of this under-23 European Championships. Sweden bagged 2 medals, a silver and a gold for Victor Lindgren, the former world champion, the Paris Olympic silver medalist. He's won so many medals across his time. It really is incredible. Victor Lindgren, once again, is top of the European stage and will be on top of the European podium. Well, look back at that final and some of the highlights. A dominating performance from both the Swedish athletes, but more so from Victor Lindgren, who has topped out that 10-metre air rifle final with a total of 253.0, just 2.0 away from the world record. But it doesn't matter, really. It's all about medals here in Wroclaw. Sweden take 2 medals, the gold and silver, and Croatia take bronze. Well, there's our schedule for the rest of today. 4 p.m. local time here in Poland for the 10-metre air rifle women's under-23 final, and then we'll close out today later this evening with a 10-metre air pistol mixed team under-23. So do join us again later today for continued coverage of day 1 here of the under-23 European Championships 2026. From myself, Rory McAllister, and our entire team, we're going to leave you with, again, I believe, another set of highlights. Otherwise, we will see you later for day 1. Do join us.